Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about spirit guides and how they work with us. There are many mediums out there that understand that they have guides and helpers from the other side in spirit that help them when they do readings, spiritual mediums like myself, but they don't have a personal relationship with them. I personally feel, for me, it was very beneficial for me to have a personal relationship with each one of my guides. So the thing that was very instrumental to help me form these strong relationships was, again, my good friend Rose Van den Enden's book, So You Want to Become a Medium. So You Want to Be a Medium. That book really helped me hone in on each one of my five main guides, okay? So I'm just going to quickly go over the five main guides, who they are, and how they work with us, okay? So the five main guides are, first, the joy guide, and this guide is very instrumental in helping you find joy in your life when it's difficult to find. They're also very present when we experience joy. So that would be a joy guide. Okay, the protector guide, very big, especially with women. For me, it's a Native American Indian, my protector guide, and again, very strong with women, helping us, giving us a little heads up on any dangers that might be ahead for us. There'll be the little whisper in the ear that says, "Don't go down that alley," or "Take a left instead of a right," or you need a good parking spot. My husband always laughs with me, and he'll say, "Oh, you're ridiculous. To get a good parking spot, you always have to ask that protector guide." But I do it, especially around the holidays. I need a good spot, and I'll call in my protector guide. My protector guide's name is Chief Longfeather, and it's unbelievable. I call on him, and I get a parking spot. So I know it sounds crazy, but I really have learned to form a relationship with these beautiful friends of mine in the spirit world. Okay, the other guide would be Dr. Teacher, and that's the guide who's very significant on our earthly travel as far as our spiritual travel. We're born and raised Catholic, and then we go off the path a little bit. We have no religion, then we're on this path, and we're a spiritualist, and then we're back on this path again. And it's all different windy roads of our spiritual journey while we're here, and that is that particular guide. And then we have the Dr. Chemist. The Dr. Chemist is very strong, especially for people who have addictions. The Dr. Chemist is the guide who helps us with the physical body, very strong with the physical body, where the Dr. Teacher is very strong with the mental and emotional body, the guide that I just mentioned. So the Dr. Chemist is very significant with our physical body, what we put into our body, the whisper in the ear with, you shouldn't eat that, you shouldn't drink that, or pull to help us take the right vitamins that we need throughout our life. So that's the Dr. Chemist. And then, of course, we have our Master Guide. And the Master Guide is a much higher vibrational energy, and usually, according to the religion that you follow, that's very often the guide who will step in. For if you follow the Catholic faith, it could be Mother Teresa, could be Saint Joseph, it could be Mother Mary. So again, according to what religion you follow, that's usually the Master Guide. And again, you'll recognize this guide once you start to work with these guides. The Master Guide is a much higher vibrational energy, so it's very common, if for me, when the Master Guide steps in, I get chills throughout my body. I can feel a sensation in the crown chakra, so that's the way the Master Guide works for me. And it can work the same with you or be different. It all depends on how they choose to work with you, okay? So those are the five guides: the Joy Guide, Protector Guide, Dr. Teacher Guide, Dr. Chemist Guide, and Master Guide. And what I have done is I formed a personal biography on each one of my guides, and how I did that was I worked with each guide for 30 days, and I set a series of questions. So when I met my Joy Guide for the first time, I set my intention before I went into meditation and prayer, and I said, okay, I want my Joy Guide to step in, and I want you to answer these 5 questions. I want you to tell me what your name was, your first name when you lived here. I want you to tell me the location of where you lived on the earth plane. I want you to tell me who the political figure was when you lived here. So each day I would go into it with 3 or 5 specific questions, that they would answer when they stepped in. And after I was done with the meditation, I would write all the answers down, and then before, within 30 days, I had a complete recognition of who it was. I recognized the energy as they stepped in, and I had a full biography. So that's the way I work with them. Now, people say to me, is it possible for my grandmother to be my guide, one of my guides? It's possible for a loved one to be a guide, but not one of your 5 main guides, okay? The first 4 that I mentioned, the Joy Guide, Protector Guide, Doctor Teacher, Doctor Chemist, they chose you. They chose you. And they had to have lived an earthly experience before. And they chose to stay on the other side to be a guide to you and maybe others, okay? So they chose you, and they were already in spirit when you were born, because they chose you as the instant that conception happened, because that's when life begins. When conception happens, that's when life begins, and that's when they chose you. For however long your life experience is for, that's how long they'll be with you, okay? So it's wonderful to get to know these energies. Loved ones can certainly be our guides, but not one of the 5 main guides. The master guide can change as we go through life. The master guide, which is a much higher vibrational energy, can change. Again, if we follow the Catholic faith, it could be Mother Teresa for years, and then it could switch and be Mother Mary, and then it could switch and be Saint Joseph. You know, however it works, however they choose to work with you, that's how they will work. Okay, so just a little bit on your guides, especially your 5 main guides. Again, the book So You Want to Be a Medium is an excellent book that can really help you. I always encourage people to use that book like a workbook. If you're not able to take classes with me or others like me, and again, I'm happy to refer. If you write to me and tell me your location, I'm happy to refer you to other spiritual evidential mediums like myself who could help you. And if you go on my website, griefmedium.com, and go to the schedule of events, you'll see all the workshops that I teach, both here at the Spirit Education Center and Sanctuary, located in Effort, Pennsylvania, and at the Center for Conscious Caregiving, located in Brick, New Jersey. All right, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Please spend time to find time to pray and meditate, even if it's only for 15 minutes a day. It'll really be very beneficial in helping you raise your own soul vibration. And as always, I leave you in God's love and light.